Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Zeke here, and today I'm going to be playing some Space Engineers. And for the first, I guess you could say, episode of my series, I'm not really doing a series, just a bit of showcases and stuff I've done. I'm going to be showing you my first space station build. Not much to be too proud of, but, you know, it's good for me. It's good for me. The gravity in here is a bit lopsided, and you'll see why in a bit. So first, you have that main hallway here, and it's just a nice little stairwell, I guess you could say filler space. Here we have two large cargo containers, so basically a cargo room and a med bay, which does nothing now, and some conveyor belts in the ceilings, and you'll see later why. In here, I have a weapons design facility. Here is where I'd build some torpedo designs, which we currently have none, because I spent a lot of time on this station. I just hear some shelves, which once again would have missiles, guns, something like that. In here is the reactor room. I shoved as many reactors as I could fit in this space, and that's about it. It's not much else to describe except for a butt ton of reactors. In here is the production room. Why am I talking like a British person? I watch too many videos of this with British people. And here I have three assemblers, some conveyor belts that lead into the large storage, some shelves for, once again, for decoration, and one large refinery. So now that you've basically seen the inside of it, and you know, I'll be playing around with this throughout the duration of my videos. We're gonna go upstairs for a minute. The first thing I wanted to show you was this. This is probably the least successful part of my station because it just is. I like to have airlocks just to simulate realism, but it's nice to have these airlocks. Anyway, through here is my large ship docking bay, which didn't turn out so well because you can see I just used this blue ship because I started with the Easy Start one for just an example, and it got a little bent. It's obviously not perfect, and I'll try to find some way to a rail system or something to dock large ships onto my station without damaging either. So right here, let's say, you know, basically a little storage area for shipping containers or crates, you know, whatever's been moved over. And if the ship wants to leave, just press the P button, hop out of this station, this terminal, hop in here. And I left all the doors open for convenience because I'm too lazy to open all the doors, except for my airlocks because, you know, it's part of my space station. This is just one of the example ships. If you think I built this, you suck. And basically, there you go, the ship is free. Hooray. Now I'm going to go ahead and hop out of here, make my way back to the station. I'm going to do this as quick as possible. Now I'm going to get a chance to show you the outside. Here, on the outside, I have two large turrets, I guess you could say, and I learned this from a little guy called Last Stand Gamers, and this is basically where I learned a lot of stuff about Space Engineers, and where I developed a good love for the game and eventually got it. So first I have my large ship missile turret, and as you can see, it was the first one because it's a little bigger, it's a little buggy, and I got to work that out, but it fires missiles, and as you can see, it's pretty effective. It's nice. It's really highly sensitive, and I ought to adjust that, but at the current moment it would be kind of inconvenient. And it launches 3 missiles at once. As you can see, I put kind of like these guides on it. I wouldn't say guides, but you know what I mean. Things on the barrels, which is nice. And yeah, and it's a really simple construction. Well, I wouldn't say simple, but it's pretty good. I mean, if I saw that, I'd be scared pretty badly. And here is my small ship turret, which is made for dealing small ships. It's got a very limited reticle, but you really don't need it because you have 8 high power machine guns, and as you can see, it's got a bit of kick to it. And I'll bring a small ship over from the next part. I'll show you and demonstrate 2 things. Oh, Be bad to let all the air out of my station. There we go. So, what is any space station without... The turrets are good, but they only have a limited range. What is any space station without means to protect itself in every angle? Here's a little storage room for... Yes, this is a long hallway. A little excessively long, but you'll see why I made it. A hangar to store fighters in. And in here, I had those 2 fighters, but I was like, I'll move them because they're not really mine. Well, I wouldn't say not mine, they're the build ones. And I built my first, I guess you could say, successful fighter. And it looks like a brick, but it also works better than a brick. So let's go ahead and hop in here and turn on our power. Unlock, undock, and this is good because it's kind of a multi-purpose fighter. It's got everything except for missiles, which I was not in the mood to deal with. It's got a good first person. I gave it a wingspan. I don't know why. It's pretty ugly, but it works well, and you'll see in a second why it works so well. So as you can see, the red dots are all Gatling guns. Let's just watch it in action. As you can see, there's nothing much left of that small ship. Had I gotten at least one good strafe run on you, you would have been dead in seconds. Oh yeah. And the other good thing about this fighter is its speed gets to 100. It's got great acceleration, and it's really well armored around the areas that count. I put the wings on for decoration. As you can see, I went up here with a copy of this fighter, and I just tore this ship apart. I'll just show you how easy it is to tear apart on this side of the thing. You can see that the machine guns just melt whatever they touch. And this part's a little harder because it's better armored, but on just single blocks, which you're not going to find on most ships, it melts it. And I have a lot of reverse thrusters, so that'll help. As you can see, it's melting away the armor as if it were just butter in a microwave, if you've ever done that. As you can see, very well made weapons. I think it's got, how many more? Let's see, 1, 2, I think 12 forward guns, and you can see the bottom landing gear. I didn't have much space, and I didn't want to build some weird structure from the rings that would be weak. So it can also serve as a torpedo launching ship, good for attacking big ships. So that would compensate for its lack of torpedoes. Once again, I mean, you can just see its power as it just tears apart this ship. I mean, if your ship has a weak point like this, bam, I've already torn it in half. And you know, that side is almost completely inoperable now. And that ship isn't the best design. I mean, it looks cool, but looks is not the best thing to have in these situations. When a small ship can come in with the machine guns and just tear you to bits, looks are not good. So now I'm going to demonstrate this little turret, and I'm going to do a quick announcement as I'm doing it. So guys, you know how I did the 7 Days to Die giveaway and the still pending Elder Scrolls Online beta key giveaway, which isn't really a big giveaway because the beta session, which there will be another one, I guarantee it, just ended, and I got a free friend code from it before it began. And here we go, let me just demonstrate it. As you can see, when used right, this thing, and this is obviously a very heavy ship. I mean, you can just see how much punishment that thing could take before being completely inoperable. Of course, its biggest flaw is all its weapon systems are on the front. Let's just go assess the damage. That's funny. So let's just go assess the damage here. I almost jumped off into oblivion. As you can see, it just got decimated but not as much as you expect. Most of it is solid armor, and except for the very inside where all the engines are, lots of stacked engines. And I'm going to exploit that for as long as I can, really. If you look at the big space station, there's not one, not two, but three, not even three, 4 layers of heavy armor. So much that if someone were to use a very large torpedo on me, it'd still do zip. And anyway, next I'm going to announce my giveaway for this game. I am doing a giveaway for the Space Engineers. I don't know the terms yet. I'm going to get that worked out. But I had one of the winners of the last giveaway suggest a Stick of Truth giveaway, but I'm not going to do that because that would just be too much. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to making more Space Engineers videos involving this little station. So, as usual, have a nice day.
We are barely alone.